So, we are playing RUNE, and we're playing the City of the Red Crown realm. This is part 3 of the 3-part series, the Queen of the Past series of realms that Aaron Jolliffe designed. The very first RUNE AP I did was Aaron's Coral Rock, which is the first part of this. I am super excited to dive into this realm here. Aaron makes, in general, cool stuff, but his rune tech is just on another level. He makes some of the coolest rune stuff that I've seen, and I just, it's inspiring. It's inspiring to see that sort of stuff. So we're going to be watching or playing that. You should check out Aaron's stuff. The Eternal Walls Part 2. Eternal Wall had a wild moment in it where I realized a cool piece of tech that you could do in RUNE that is not something that I thought about, of having like actions you can take like based off of rolls. But the thing that I want to point about Eternal Wall before we dive into today's realm is that is the first time in a realm I played it, had something like found a point, found a thing, and mentally noted to myself, and I think I said it out loud, I said, if I ever played this realm again, I know what I would do differently. I know what I would try to do first. And that's really cool, right? Like, that's the cool experience when you're playing Souls-like games and you're in, you go into an area, you play through it, and you find something like an item or something like that. You're like, in my next playthrough, I'm going to rush for this thing because this is awesome and this is what I want and it's going to be so helpful to have. There is something kind of like that in the Eternal Wall. That was the first time I went, I know what my replay looks like. So anyway, Aaron makes very cool stuff. And so we're going to be playing his realm. Like I said, this is the City of the Red Crown. RUNE realm by Aaron Jolliffe. Here's a cool thing that Aaron does with his realms, which is he puts a difficulty score on it and tells you the size up front. So the size, that's how many points there are on the map. You'll see that in just a second. The difficulty tells us, and this is on the itch page, you should only attempt to do this if you're engraved, your character has been playing for a while, that you have acquired somewhere between 4 to 5 runes. That implies then that you've gone and like found a bunch of different gear. You have the runes, which are kind of the nice little boost to your power and stuff. So this is like, hey, don't just dive into this. You need to like go grind a little, level up a little. Now, if you know me, I've dived into almost all of these as a new character and get my ass kicked. So I've made a new character, but I have given myself 4 runes to try and make myself on par with the difficulty of what this is supposed to be. Hey, Binary, good to see you. Yeah, part 2 is very cool. Very cool. RuneVember. What a time. What a time. Alright, so we are on the City of the Red Crown. That's the realm that we are in right now. Probably should have opened this in not spread format. Let me actually get that in not spread format real quick, because I feel like that'll be easier for me to parse than to try and parse it in spreads. At least with like fitting it on the screen, Hey, Aaron is here. Probably won't be able to catch much of the stream live, but I wanted to pop in and say good luck. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the realm and look forward to checking the VOD. Aaron, I appreciate you making this very cool thing. I'm very excited to try it out. All right, we're gonna do it in pages because pages is just easier, of course. Before we dive into the realm, here's what I've got. So I have the Great Axe because I love the Great Axe. I think it's a great weapon. Which is one of the starting equipment. Does a bunch of harm, cleaves. It's great. You can get a decent chunk of movement out of it, which is going to be part of my strategy here. You'll see in just a second. I have the dagger, which is a new piece of starting equipment that people who got the card collection have access to. You'll notice about the dagger, it can attack at same range. That very rarely happens with weapons. It doesn't do a lot of harm, though, right? 3 through 5, 1 harm, nothing at 2. So most of the time, not dealing a lot of harm. 6, though, it can move, block, and harm 2. It's mostly about the mobility, a little bit of blocking, and being able to be effective at the same range. But the reason I chose these two, going into the idea of builds in Rune, is there's a decent amount of movement between these. You can get a good amount of movement, which leads to my piece of gear, which is also a new piece of starting gear from the Rune collection, the card collection, the Eye of Yore, which is a huge tip of the hat to my love of Destiny. Criteria, you moved at least 3 spaces this round. It's pretty likely with my my dice. If I'm getting movement, I've got a good chance of moving 3 spaces. You deal your harm before enemies do. That's my build. That's my build. Pretty cool, right? So I don't have a lot of blocking. I have the 1 block that I can get. My blocking is going to be killing enemies before they can kill me. The Eye of Yore is going to let me do that. Do your harm before enemies do. All right? That's my build, that's my strategy, that's my setup. Now in terms of runes, I just grabbed 4 runes from the starting set rather than going through other realms that I might have like solved or anything like that. I just took runes from the starting collection, and which means there's also some new ones there too. So here's what I grabbed. I just took the +2 to my health because I die a lot. I want to boost my health, so I'm actually up to 12 health. You'll see it on the other sheet. Fate's Hunter. I like this one. I haven't read through this realm. I have no idea what's in it, but I have a sense it's a pretty big realm. 12 points. It looks like a city. It feels like there's going to be some unique enemies here. So whenever you kill a unique enemy, you regain all your health. I'm hoping to keep myself alive through that. I love to do the learn action anyway, so I might as well benefit from reading. So you heal 1 whenever you do the learn action, which means I might actually like hold off on doing the learn action sometimes if I'm already tapped out on health. You know, we'll see. And then the Fate Thief, which is pretty cool. Once per realm, you can mark a point action before clearing out any fights there. So normally, when you're at a point, if there's a fight there, you can't do any of the other actions. Search, learn, delve, can't do any of them until you clear out that fight. The Fate Thief, once in the realm, only once, you get to cheat that. But that could be a helpful thing. So notice that I didn't take any of them that are like things that I use in combat. There are a decent number of runes out there that are like in combat, you know, once per, you know, use once per combat, or, you know, those sorts of things. My runes that I took are mostly in a lot of healing. I got a healing stuff, boosting my health, and then cheating the system a little bit. And I'm hoping that I can kind of just count on my build here and hope that this build is broken and keeps me alive. I mean, if I can get my harm done before enemies, I mean, I'm doing 3, 4 harm, cleaving harm before enemies do. It's pretty cool. This could be very effective. We'll find out, though. We'll find out. Yeah, Fate Thief is really cool. I like it. I think it's one of the new ones. I don't think that's in the main book. You'd think I'd have a copy of Rune somewhere near me. It's somewhere in the house. No, it's not. Okay, yeah. Cool. So that's the setup. That's what I got. I don't have any stuff. I have, like I said, I haven't read any of the realm yet. All I've done is grabbed the realm sheet and put it here so that I have access to it. Hey, Clover the dog. Hello. Welcome to the stream. So let's read what this realm is all about. This is part 3 of the Queen's Pass series, and we've in the first one in Coral Rock we got like hints of this queen figure of some kind that kind of fucked up this first region we were in, and then the second one was like a clear, like the queen's presence was there. There were like guards and stuff like that if I remember correctly. Do not eat any of my miniatures. This dog tries to eat my minis. Do not. And now I think we're trying to kill the queen. All right. A range of tremendous mountains stretches across the horizon. A bright moon hangs overhead. Ooh, I love a night fight. Silhouetting a single peak cleaved in two in an opulent palace suspended in the center of the rift. Just hear my dog messing with me. Below that castle, a city pours out from the gap, a cluttered, chaotic, squirming metropolis of uneven bricks and slanted rooftops, as though each and every building is gazing upward, seeking the palace for stability and order. Ooh. This is the Queen City, the seat of her eternal reign. And so this uses Wadabao's generators, but this is the city generator as opposed to the Perilous Shores generator that a lot of us have been using. Good yawn. Very good yawn. I'm very excited about this. So you can kind of see that they are... So like 1 is all of the Queensgate neighborhood, right? 1A, B, and C is this like neighborhood or whatever. So they're kind of separated by neighborhoods or districts. And in the middle is the city. Or the castle, no doubt, which has no paths to it, so there's no way to get to her right away. A couple of these points that we don't have access to right away. I'm excited to dive in. Let's learn the rules of this realm. Here's the sheet. We'll learn about all this stuff as we read the thing. Love an alphanumerically separated point map. It's a really great idea, right? I think it's very clever. And then you can do some cool stuff by having it divided up into these neighborhoods, which I'm sure Aaron has done. The Queen's forces are on constant lookout for dissenters and practitioners of the forbidden arts. Like me! Apparently I'm breaking the rules. A cyclical 8-step track. 8-step clock tracks the movement of the Queen's patrol throughout the city and how close they are to finding you. Whenever you complete a point action, we mark the clock, okay? Additionally, whenever you travel between districts... so whenever we go from one of these neighborhoods to another one, roll 1d6 and increment the clock up according to the result. Ooh, interesting. So there's a little bit of randomness in terms of... You roll unlucky enough and the guards are really figuring out your movement patterns. When the patrol clock fills, the Queen's Guards start a fight at whichever point you're currently located using the point's fight setup. If a point also has its own specific fight action, use the terrain layout and starting positions from the fight setup unless the fight... Oh, interesting. So it seems like every point is going to have a setup just in case I fight there. Interesting. And then they might also have fights outside of that. That's pretty cool. The Queen has countermeasures against the forbidden arts. What's so forbidden about being an immortal, cursed knight? Each time you die, it becomes more and more difficult for you to come back. When you revive, return to 1A with full health, then take harm equal to half the number of times you've died in this realm, rounded down. Interesting. So the first time you die, there's no penalty. but it'll start kicking in after that. Interesting. So you're going to start off a little weaker. I'm glad I took the healing stuff. Ooh, thank God I took the healing stuff. If your number of deaths equals or exceeds your maximum health, you die permanently. Also glad I took the boosted maximum health. I took pretty good runes for this. Continuity. This realm is the finale of a 3-part series. You can play it, but some actions taken, change things. I don't remember at all what I did in the previous thing, so I will probably not do this. But this is a very cool thing that if you were playing the realms in order and weren't doing it months in between each other like I'm doing, you would be able to do some cool stuff. Alright, difficulty, yeah. Anyway, begin with the prologue. Then start your exploration and point. Okay, we got a prologue. Ooh. We have the hit effect. I know that change. NPC affinity. This realm features NPCs beyond just the enemies. We saw that in Aaron's last realm that we played. It was really cool to see that. These characters have their own goals. Characters like this have an affinity score, which notes their disposition towards you. Make note of that. Allies in combat. In this realm, it's possible to gain allies that fight alongside you during combat. Allies have their own health and set of actions, but you control their movement and decide which enemies they target. Oh, fuck yeah. I mean, I'm like, this is what the minion build in Reap is all about, right? Is like making a bunch of allies that fight for you. So I'm excited to see it work here. And it's, I think, infinitely more helpful in RUNE to have it, because in RUNE you're getting your ass kicked all the time. Allies regain all their health at the end of combat, except for unique NPC allies that are reduced to 0 health, which die permanently. Interesting. Enemies focus on whichever target is closest to them. If you or an ally are equal distance, you choose. Okay. Some unique enemies in this realm have distinct parts that can be destroyed to hinder them in combat. Ooh, we have big bosses. These components have their own pools of health and give the enemy powerful traits. When you deal harm to an enemy, you choose which health pool that harm is applied to. Each action can be assigned to a different component, but you can't split harm from a single action between. That's cool. Alright. These are some cool rules. Like I said, Aaron makes good tech in RUNE. I'm excited for it. Alright, prologue. Now, the prologue of every Souls game is you getting killed by something that's much stronger than you. Right? That's how all the Souls games start. Is something killing you. Is that what Aaron's going to do to me? The city is silent as you approach the open gates. Gazing up at the castle floating between the towering mountain peaks, you notice a tall figure silhouetted by the moonlight. The figure suddenly vanishes, and in a blinding red flash, the queen herself is standing before you. Fuck yeah. Radiant, regal, imposing, eternal. Engraved, her harmonic voice fills the still air. Your kind is forbidden. You will defile my domain no longer. Moonlight glints off a polished steel lance, and silver metal ripples across her skin. Her blood-red crown flares with vicious magic. You prepare for battle, but she is already in motion. Okay, so I gotta fight. I have to fight right away. I have to start this with a fight. Okay. Oh my god. It's the queen and 2 things. This is... I love... Yeah, exactly. Aaron, this is a... Whenever you watch this, you've perfectly nailed the prologue vibe of a Souls game. Alright. Well, let's kill me off real quick. I mean, I'm gonna try. This is a good chance to test out my weapons, see how they feel. Alright, where am I? I'm down here. Sentinels, Queen. You got it. Blue Sentinel, Red Sentinel. I'll make the Queen this spooky night. Which I know all doesn't make any sense, but whatever. Whatevs. Okay. Anything else that I need to do? That's where I start when the above fight ends. Okay, cool. So, we'll worry about when it ends in just a second when I get killed. I need the cards. Holy shit, look at this card. What is this? I have to read this card. Health 4? Oh. And then I read one more line. This enemy cannot be reduced to less than 1 health. What have you done here, Aaron? What have you done? Crown of Red. Alright, so there's gonna be some stuff. And then there's 5. Is Masterwork Weapon broken? Oh, that's right. These are the components. These are the components. Right, so this is her main pool of health. Silver skin. So she always has block 1 while I'm out of range. And unless I take out the silver skin. And then 3 health on Masterwork Weapon, which is some sort of cool ass way of making her weapon work. So you can destroy the weapon. You can destroy this component and it changes. Oh my god. That's a cool card. It's a cool card. And then there's these goons. Whatever, I'll murder these goons at least. The queen herself, upholding an endless reign in defiance of fate. An impossibility that cannot be allowed to persist. Can't have it. Can't have it. And then the royal sentinels, her two goons. When this enemy dies, oh, they heal each other. The most elite of the Queen's Guard, defenders of the crown, and executioners of the forbidden. AKA me. Alright. Let's shake off the rust, see if we remember how to play RUNE. So, we're going to roll for our enemies, see where they're going. Get that snapping off. And then we'll go from there. So let's roll for our sentinels, top and bottom, 3 and 1. And then the queen is getting a 4. Alright. Doesn't feel very queen-like this night, but I can't be bothered to find a bunch of tokens right now. So we'll just... She's gonna kill me in a second here anyway, it doesn't matter. Alright, here we go. Let's see what 3 and 1 do for our sentinels. Move 2, move 1. Okay. What's their range on these suckers? 1 and 2? Oh, they even have a little bit of range to them. They got some like lances or something. Okay. 1 and 2. Move 1 and move 2. Okay. 1. Here they come. It's a little academic with the whole mentality thing. And then the queen on a 4. Fist of Iron. Move 2, range 0 to 1, harm 2. So she's just going to come over and try and wallop me. Alright, I'm surrounded. Great, exactly where I want to be. This is all part of the plan. Alright, let's see how my build works. This is kind of a rough way to start the build, but we'll find out. 5 and 1. Sucks to roll the 1. It's not my favorite. Alright, I mean, we might as well buy ourselves a bit of blocking. I mean, I could just start swinging at him and just get pummeled. That's the thing, like, when you play these Souls prologues, and you know you're gonna get killed by this thing, it's gonna kill you. Do you just take it? Do you just go like, whatever, kill me, so that I can actually start the game? Or do you fight? Do you try and kill the thing? Like, I started another Elden Ring playthrough a couple weeks ago, and that very first thing, like, I just let it kill me. Whatever that weird ass thing is called. It just let it kill me. Yeah, you can do it, right? It can be done. But from what I can tell, I can't win this fight. Alright. I'm just gonna start swinging at these fools. Making a 6. I'm cleaving. I'm gonna just hit each of these nerds for 3 harm. How much health do they have? Great, they each have 1 health left. Take that, you nerds. And then I take a shit ton of harm. I take 2. I take 6 harm. I take 6 harm. So that's half my health. But if I can kill those nerds before I die, it'll all have been worth it. Alright, let's do it again. Top nerd, bottom nerd. 6 and 2. 6, 2. And then the queen, just for fun, is a 2. Also a 2, huh? What do you got for me? What does a queen do on the 2? These guys, they're not going to move any closer. They're happy with where they are. I mean, the one guy will move here to get as close as possible, occupy the same space as the queen. The queen on a 2, she's going to get up close. Crown of Red. 0 to 1, harm 2, add scarlet spikes to an adjacent space. Alright, so, no movement on it though, so she's going to stay where she is. Add scarlet spikes. Scarlet spikes are a hazard. The engraved takes 1 harm when moving into the space, then remove this hazard. Okay, cool. Like that. We'll put this spike here. I could put it on my space, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that to myself. Not a fool. Okay. So I've got 6 harm coming my way. 6 and 1. Ooh. That's the problem with this build. I mean, 1s are never good on any build. I don't know why I did it like that. But yeah. Yeah, that's no good, right? Moving 1. I'm just gonna stand here. I'm gonna cleave. I'm gonna just accept my death. I'm not gonna fight my way through this queen. I'm just gonna let the death happen. I die. Okay. Oh, that's right. You can flee. If only I remembered the rules. My own game. Where you're allowed to run away from fights. I just have literally never done it, I think. I love that Aaron even gives a citation, like, keep it in mind in the future. You can leave. Like, I rolled a 6 here, I'm on the edge. I could have fled with no harm coming in. Oh well. Alright, so that's 1 death. So I'll mark in a second here. When the above fight ends, whether you die or flee, the queen scoffs, of course. Then with another red flash, returns to her suspended castle far beyond your reach. Go to point 1A. Neither this fight nor this travel progress the realm clock. Okay. I assume they progress the death count, though, which is at 1. Welcome back, Clover the dog. What do you have to report from downstairs? News? Alright. Thanks for the prologue, Aaron. Letting me die, get my ass kicked. I wake up, dazed, confused, at the South Gate Tavern. Oh, delightful. Cool. This is nice. It kind of shows you which neighborhood you're in, like a little chapter heading. After wandering past countless locked doors and darkened windows, you finally arrive at a broad, solitary building that gives off an inviting glow. Great. So, this is the fight setup. If you were to be caught here, right? So that this isn't telling me that there is a fight here. It's telling me that if in the wanderings of the guards they find me here, this is how we set up the fight. If you have -2 affinity with Shaver from the Basin. Oh, interesting. That's cool. I don't remember that at all, so I'm going to ignore it, but that's very cool. Alright, what can we do here? There's resting, which we don't need to do. Interesting. Regain all your health and unmark all non-unique fights, and then unmark this action each time you defeat a unique enemy or increase affinity with an NPC. So we can't just keep resting. It's a little different than like a sigil where you can just kind of keep going back to it and re-healing yourself. You can only repeat this after killing important people or helping NPCs. Which, hopefully, I'm reading this as like there's a decent number of unique unique enemies so that my rune helps me. Delve that requires something that I don't have, so we're gonna ignore that. So let's take a look at the map here. My little rune reference here. We're at 1A. From my understanding, I can move between points, and it doesn't count as marking the clock, because you only do it when you do point actions, and you only mark travel when it's between districts. So I think I can move between these points without increasing the clock, if I'm understanding that correctly. So I'm going to go to C so that I can get up to B and then decide if I want to move up or down. So I'm going to go to 1C. I'm going to go to 1C. Oh, there's a lot more going on. There's more to this point, which is a delve that I don't have. So, oh, that's really cool. So it's a delve that you can only do if you did the previous realm. If you have affinity 4 with this NPC from this previous realm, there's a whole extra thing that you can do. And that's really cool. That's cool. All right, we're going to 1C, though. Okay. Cramped paths break up the blocks of crooked buildings like cracks through glass. These tight, unwelcoming streets are hidden even from the light of the moon. There's our fight setup. There's a delve, requires some lore. I don't have that. Delve, clear the realm clock. Wow. That's nice to know. I should have notes. Isn't that I'm gonna actually turn this into a text box. Oh, that's not the text box. Switched over to Affinity 2, and I'm relearning the slight changes to the icons. 1C has a rune clock. Let's type rune clock reset. That is good to know. That's pretty cool. That's good to know. All right. And so this connects to 1A. All right, so we're going to go back to 1B then. This dog is just staring at me, wondering what I'm up to. Playing Rune, that's what I'm up to. Clover. All right, we are in the plaza. An enormous sculpture depicts the queen in her wicked crown, gripping a spear and standing triumphantly over something like a wilting flame. Interesting. She did stand triumphantly over me, so, you know, I feel like a wilting flame. Hey, what do we got here? We got the learn action, which, you know, I'd like to do when I can get some health out of it, but I'm also understanding that I should just take it. Alright, I'm going to mark these up. I'm going to take them. Because I'm going to leave this district, right? I'm about to leave this district. If I was doing other things in this district, I'd kind of stick around and not take it right away, but since I'm going to leave this district, I'll boost that up a little. Cool. So, this is wild for the lo-fi station, but I'll take it. Alright, so we got ourselves point of lore, so we're going to learn something. I'm going to mark that here on my character sheet. Oh, I gotta put my health back up, too. Alright, we have learned something. Lore score up. Probably my favorite thing to ever do in RUNE. What did we learn? A bronze plaque is mounted at the base of the statue. It is inscribed with a simple message in multiple languages. The Vermilion cannot stand against our eternal queen. Ooh, the Vermilion. What's this Vermilion? It's dead. That's what it is. Okay, cool. I have to mark the clock. I'll do that in a second. Because I'm going to do the search as well. So I'll just mark the clock twice. Search. I find the flask of dimming oil, which is a realm item here. If you obtained a flask of dimming oil in the basin, instead regain that item in all of its uses. Interesting. Oh. Flask of dipping oil can be used at any time during exploration to regain... I feel like I remember this item from the last time. Once used, cannot be used again until you rest or die. Nice. So it's a refilling healing thing. Excellent. I'm gonna put my blast down. Oh, bummer. Didn't copy over the way that I wanted it to. Take all of this. But not that icon down there. Yeah, take all that. Nice. Hold on to that. Yeah, it's an Estus flask. Yeah, exactly. Alright, cool. I got more healing. I'm always down for more healing. There's a delve here that requires affinity with somebody that I don't know, so I can't do that. So we're going to leave the district, and I'm going to mark the clock twice. Alright, 2 marks on the clock, and we are traveling up to Red Hill. Unless I want... This is interesting. I'm so used to like thinking that movement is going to move the clock where I want to just take the obvious closest one. But I could. There's nothing that's stopping me from going here to here. Because this movement doesn't cost me anything. So it's just which one do I want to go to? Red Hill or East Grade? I want to go to East Grade. I want to switch it up. I should put my little token down. So that I can remember where I am in all of this. That is a giant line. Great. Yeah, we're gonna go to East Grade. I want to go to East Grade. 4A. So I have to roll. I have to roll to see what happens in terms of travel. So, a 1, excellent. Only 1 segment of the clock. So, there is effect on movement, but only between these distinct districts, which I think is really cool. I am gonna like totally use that tech in a future thing. Cool. Okay, I'm fine with just marking 1. That's great. Let's go to, what did I say? 4A? Excellent. We're zooming down the dock. These are the 4A. See, I didn't want to go to 2 because 2 was the obvious next choice after District 1. We're going to 4. We're going to 4. The Gilded Streets. The streets of the upper city are broad and accommodating. Lovely. Benches and plazas offer clear, unobstructed views of the castle floating above, as though it's expected to be a welcome sight. Alright. We got a learning opportunity again. I'm not gonna do it. I don't have to do it right now. And there's no fighting that's making me, you know, I don't have to do a fight. And I can move within the district. So I'll come back to this and learn to get health later if I need. Search requires this flask. I do have that. Great, I'm going to do that. The number of times you can use the flask. Oh, awesome. I should have grabbed my little X. Sorry about that. I'm going to have to do a little backtracking. All right, what page are we on? 26? Great. Boom. My flask can be used twice now. I'm going to just put a little, times 2. Oh, it's the dicier font. Very good. Very good and helpful to me. Alright. That's cool. I've got a lot of healing going on with my build, which I'm happy about. Excellent. So I gotta mark the clock. We're halfway through. Have no idea what happens when it fills. I don't remember reading what happens when it fills. I don't remember reading what happens when it fills. I guess we'll find out. Alright. And there's a delve that requires lore 3. 3+, which I don't have. So I'm gonna make a note of that. 4C as a lore 3+ delve. And a learn action. Oh, you get the patrol encounter. That's right, the city guard finds me. So it activates the fight setup. Right. That makes sense. Okay, cool. So we've looked around. This connects to 3B, 4B, and back to home. We're not leaving yet. I want to go to 4B. And then I'll go back and learn if I need to. The East Peak. The eastern mountain is covered in long grass and wildflowers that sway in a cool, refreshing breeze. This place sounds delightful, Aaron. Doesn't sound that bad. What should be a picturesque scene is spoiled by the shadow of the Queen's palace. Ah, I see. Like a blot of black ink spilled on a beautiful painting. Ah, there's a fight here. There's a fight here. It's a unique enemy. So I see this looming unique enemy. There's a delve here also that I don't care about because it requires affinity with somebody that I can't help. So it seems like my strategy of going to 4 to shortcut things has not paid off. So I'm going to take note here. 4B. All about just taking notes for this stuff. 4B has unique fight and delve based on NPC. Alright, I'm not going to do the fight though. Alright? No need to do the fight. I mean, I guess I should do the fight. I mean, it's a unique enemy, so I can just clear it out. Let's do the fight. Let's do the fight. Let's do the fight. I want to see if I can do this. I want to see my build in action since I didn't get to try it before because I was getting killed by the boss. All right, let's try this fight. I start in so we have this kind of like staircase of permanent terrain. All right, let's set up the fight. Get all this stuff out of the way. Pretty sure I'm there. Alright, let's get our terrain set up. Now, if I wasn't streaming this, I would 100% be playing with the minis on that little box and everything with the cards themselves. I played it the other day like that. It's so much freaking fun, but I wanted to stream this because I think Aaron makes really cool things. The vibe I'm getting is that the only fights that aren't random patrols might be unique, which is a pretty interesting setup. I think so. I think that's it. And so you can kind of pace a little bit when you engage with the fights with the patrols, because you're deciding when to take actions. The only thing that you don't have full control over is the outcome of traveling between districts. Okay, we have Ozen, Queen's Hand. Oh, I'm setting this up. Oh wait, that's right. You set up with this terrain. These aren't the people. This is if I was fighting the people. This is the setup for the actual fight. I get it now. Ozen, the Queen's Hand, which I will make this knight, is an A1. And then there's 2 archers at B2 and C2 that I gotta get through. Okay. Getting some dice out to track health. Cool. Special. When Ozen is defeated, clear 3 segments of the realm clock. Completing this fight does not progress the realm clock. Oh, nice. I'm getting a little reset here. And then that just clears up this delve for me to pick up later on. Alright, what kind of health are we working with here? I have to go back and read the components thing, because I might be slightly confused. The archers each have 3. If you didn't complete Coral Rock, I did. So I definitely completed Coral Rock. This enemy takes 1 less harm at 2 spaces or further. So it would have this cool shell armor if you didn't complete. This is so cool, the Connected Realms thing. I did complete Coral Rock, so I'm counting that. I'm definitely counting that. Okay, so here's the Queen's Hand. Health 2. And then these are the component things. Enemy... Wait a minute. Okay. But I need to remember how the component's health works, because I thought you got to choose which parts you're hitting. And I feel like I would just hit this. So I have to go back and read that. I know I'm reading this, which is harm dealt to Ozen's other health pools is reduced by 1. So I know that if I just try and nuke this, it's getting blocked by the buckler. But still, if I do 3 harm, Ozen's dead? Let's go back and reread the components thing. Some unique enemies in this realm have distinct parts that can be destroyed to hinder them in combat. These components have their own pools of health and give the enemy powerful traits. When you deal harm to an enemy, you choose which health pool that harm is applied to. Each action can be assigned to a different component, but you can't split harm from a single action between components. Components reduced to 0 are broken and remain broken even if the enemy itself is not defeated. Unbroken components return to full health at the end of combat. All components must be Oh, okay. I didn't read that really important last line here, which is all components must be broken to defeat the enemy. Got it. Okay. I get it now. I see your game, Aaron. Alright, so we're gonna fight this goon. Chief advisor and tactician of the Queen's ongoing conquest of her domain. Alright. Also has this other thing called Tactful Eye. Enemy and engraved combat steps are swapped. So, I go first. Or I roll my stuff first. Oh, fuck. So I gotta roll my stuff. And then the enemy goes. And then we deal our harm together. That is nasty, Binary. That's really nasty. Like, the enemy doesn't react the same way that I do, but me not being able to know what they're doing is... Oh, I was like, I'm going to destroy this buckler right away. I think I got to take out this fucking eye. All right. Let's try it. All right, I'm first. All right. Oh, drop the die. 2 and 5. 2 and 5. All right. Well, there's really only one way to play it because 2 doesn't play over here. So it. What? Get your asses up front. 2 and 5. There's really no other way to play it other than this, right? I mean, I could put the 5 over here and just not do this, but that doesn't feel as good as moving 2 and potentially cleaving 3 and killing both the archers immediately. So I get to move 2. So I'm going to go 1, 2, I guess. 1, 2. So that's it. I roll, determine my actions, and then move. And now they go. This is insane. This is insane. All right, let's do left archer, right archer first. 4 and 3. And then the Ozen gets a 2. All right, what are these archers doing? They're probably moving away from me. Range 2 and 3. So the one of them is actually fine with where it's at. The other one will move. Yeah, the 4 is gonna move away, move 1, and they're blocking also. All right, so they're both at 2 range. They're happy with where they are. They're out of my range, which is incredibly frustrating. Oh, they're both gonna shoot me. I have no blocking. And then what is Ozen doing with a 2? Rapier. Range 0 to 1. Okay, so they're up close and personal. Move 1, harm 2. So they're just moving a little closer. Dang, this is gonna be fucking hard. I thought I was gonna come in and just kind of like clean up a quick fight. I was wrong. Okay. So, we would deal harm. I can't because they are not adjacent to me. And I didn't get enough movement or anything like that. So Ozen doesn't hurt me. They each do harm 2. So I'm taking 3 harm. Taking 3 harm. Oof. Okay. Taking 3 harm. Let's do it again. Yellow, blue. 5, 3. Oh, wait, no. I'm not supposed to roll their things. Take that back. I have to roll my things first. Ooh, it's really hard to fight the muscle memory of playing Rune. Okay. So I have to roll my stuff first. 3 and 2. Wish I had kept that 5 and 3. 3 and 2? Fuck. I'm not getting my boots of, or my eye of your helping me out here. These rules so far. I think I'm gonna do this and just try and get closer and hope I get a cleave off, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. This is much harder than I thought it would be. Yellow then blue. Yellow is 2. Blue is also 2. Okay, so they're both 2. And then Ozen, it's 6, which feels, I don't know, bad. Feels like it's not going to be good. Let's just see what Ozen 6 is. Rally. All other enemies move 1 and regain 1 health. Wow. So they both get a nice little bit of free movement. So they'll go there, they'll go there. Ozen's not even going to get close enough so that I can hit them. And then the archers, they would move, but they won't because they got the free movement that they wanted. And so now they're each just going to hit me. I'm down to 5. This fight's a nightmare. I mean, I'm not rolling well, but like, there's just something about this that makes it feel really hard. Okay. I'm close to them now, at least. Like, maybe I can start negating their archery bullshit. 4 and 3. Please tell me that is enough to kind of get my shit going off. Alright, it is. 4 and 3 lets me get to my boots. I keep calling them boots. They're the eyes. The eye of yore. I'm moving 4. And I get to deal 3 harm before the enemy hits me back. I have to move at least 3 spaces, though. So you have to figure out how to make the movement work. Because I can't just go 1, 2. It's not enough. I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Or something like that. I want to end here. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh, wait, I can't end there. There's too many people in that space. Ugh. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to end here. Because I want to trap this archer. This guy's going to get close to me. I might be able to pull off a big cleave. We'll see. This is so much harder. This game's already hard. Alright. Let's do the archers. Yeah, you really need range in order to pull this fight off. Like, my range actually is cleave. If I didn't have cleave as a possible way of hitting things that aren't immediately adjacent to me, I don't know if I would have any I don't think I have a chance, but we'll see. Yellow and blue is yellow, 3 and 2. And then Ozen gets a 3. So I'll just put 3 here for both of them. So this one archer won't move. It's happy with where it is. This archer got a 2. It wants to move away. Sorry, get out of the way. Now, this is where you get into the how would they move interpretation of the game. The archer would be smart and move in this direction. It could also move in this direction. I want it to move in this direction so that I can get some cleaving going on here. I guess it's really only enemies adjacent. Huh? Not the same space. So, I don't know. I guess I'll move it here. I'll play it. I'll play it the way that they would. They'd be smart. But it can't fire on me. This archer can't fire on me. It's too close. So that's good. Ozen gets a 3, which is the rapier. So they're getting close. Move 1. Okay. Now, we deal harm. I get to deal my harm first. I have a 2 cleave that I can do, so I don't have enough to kill that archer in the back before it shoots me, which is a huge bummer. I can see that I'm going to die the next round, but I'm just trying to see how my build works. And I'm choosing the worst possible fight to see how my build works. This is 2 very bad fights to see how my build works. So yeah, I'm gonna attack Ozen with this, which will cleave onto the back archer. So that takes 2. Ozen, I have to decide how I'm breaking that up. I want to destroy the tactful eye, but if you don't take out the buckler first, you're just kind of losing out on damage. So I'm going to just dump all 3 into the buckler. Components that are broken stay broken. Interesting. The only problem is the buckler is going to make my effect on that virtually non-existent. Because my 2 goes down to a 1. And my 1 doesn't do anything. So I have to put it into the buckler. So the buckler has 1 health left. I can break the buckler and then come back and fight this fucker without the buckler, but then they still have the goddamn eye. Alright. I have to just try and get a good hit in this next round. I'm gonna die. But as Binary's pointed out, components that are broken stay broken. So I just need to make this fight worth it somehow. Alright. So I roll first. 5 and 2. I don't have enough to get my I hit first magic. But I have enough to, like, get a big swing in. Okay, I have 2 movement, huh? Do I even really want to move? Do I even really want to move? I'm gonna go like this. I don't know. It's so hard to think about me going first and then the enemy going. Like, trying to plan something feels almost futile. So I'm just gonna go there. I don't know. I'm trying to think about how this would work. Yeah, I don't know. No, this doesn't feel right going there. I'm just gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. I think I'm going here. Oh! Okay, this is hard. That's it. That's my movement. Yellow and blue. 2 and 6. Great, so the other archer's gonna do something complicated, probably. And then just a 1 from Ozen, which is just the stab me with the rapier move. So let's see here. The archers who I've been moving first. That one's gonna move 1, so it's gonna get away from me. No, that's me. Moves away from me. Ozen is gonna move closer. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing that I'm just realizing that I could do. I'm gonna cheese this slightly. Here's how I'm gonna cheese this. We're in the move enemy step. And you decide which order you want to move the enemies in. If I move the archer first, that opens up my spot for Ozen to be able to get close to me. If I declare that I'm going to move Ozen first, they can't move. They can move 1, but they can't get into my space. And it keeps them adjacent as opposed to in the same space as me. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to cheese the fight a little bit. I'm going to cheese the fight. This is all part of how the rules are written. You might think that this is cheap. That's how I'm gonna do it. So Ozen tries to move first. Can't. Sorry, Ozen. It's 2 people in this space. Can't do it. Then the archer moves out of the way. What does a 6 do? Oh, it doesn't actually shoot me. Am I still alive, maybe? No, Ozen will kill me. Move 1. So it moves a little closer. And then an arrow trap in adjacent space. Okay. They put a little trap right there for me. Because this archer can't kill me. This archer can't kill me. Do I have 5 health? Oh no. Do I actually have 5 health? I don't... Do I have 5 health? Shoot. I wasn't paying attention. I feel like I should have lost health. Shoot. Because if I have 5 health, I'm still alive. But I feel like I didn't mark that. I feel like I didn't mark the harm that I was supposed to take last time. The turn order changing has messed with me. Even though harm all happens at the same time. Last time, I was in this corner. This archer couldn't hurt me. Ozen could. But I think Ozen got the 6, which was the... I think I maybe am at 5 health? Fuck. I really wish I was paying better attention. Because I think I might suddenly win this fight. I might suddenly win this fight. I think I'm supposed to have less health. If only there was a way I could review this. I think I am supposed to have less health. Maybe let's just try and reverse it. I was here. This archer couldn't hurt me. This archer absolutely could shoot me. I've been hit by this once. Maybe, I don't know, maybe this is right. If you're watching this in the VOD, and you're screaming that I'm either correct or incorrect, just understand that I have no way of remembering. I apologize. I apologize. Yes, it's a great pitch to use the rune board. Oh well. I guess I'm gonna just play as though I have 5. That feels wrong, but I'll play as though I have 5. Okay, so that's all the enemy movement. Now we deal harm. We deal harm together. This archer can't. This archer's not. I'm getting 2 harm from the rapier, which I will mark right now before I forget. I feel like I was at 1 HP. I think part of my brain says that I was going to die the next turn because I was being dropped to 1 HP. Oh well. And then I go. So I swing my great axe, deal 3 to... well, actually, here's how I'm going to do. I'm going to deal 1 to the buckler. Shred the buckler. It's dead. Then I deal 3 to the eye. Take out the eye. And I kill this archer at the same time. I think I'm dead. I think I can't in good conscience move forward. I think I'm dead. I'm almost positive that I'm dead. So I'm not going to move forward as if I have 3 health. I'm almost positive I should be dead. But I do take out the tactical eye and the buckler in my final gasping moments, which I will accept. I will accept that as the outcome of this fight. You see what happens when you change the rules of RUNE? even just ever so slightly, you break my brain. And then I can't get anything done. Okay, so I die. I will take note that Ozen's shit is broken. Tactical eye and buckler broken. And then I die. So I die, which means I'm going to start back here. I don't mark this as the clock thing because it said very specifically that completing this fight does not progress the realm clock. So, yeah, exactly. The components are out. So now I feel like I could go back and win that fight. Now I feel like I could go back and win that fight, which I think I might do. But I died, so let's refresh our minds on what happens when you die. You revive, and I take harm equal to half the number of times I've died, rounded down. I've died twice. If we're counting that prologue death. So that means I start at 11 health. You know what, Aaron? I didn't even think about that, and I should have. That's a great question. Aaron asked, did I take out any of the Queen's components to make your next fight easier? I didn't remember that the components stay broken, so I just didn't try. And now I see why that fight is there. Is that you can break the components of the Queen for the future. So I focused on hitting the Sentinels, which was a bad idea. And I should have tried to take out some of the Queen's components. I probably could have knocked one out. So now that fight feels very cool that it's there. As opposed to, like, I'm just gonna die. I get it now. And I regret my strategy. Okay, so I start at 0.1. And then I'm dead. Or, yeah, so I died and I'm back here. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna try that fight again. I'm gonna try that fight again now that it's not in reverse mode. And I just feel like that will help me. So I'm gonna move here. That's gonna trigger this. 5. So 2 more segments of this clock. Fill up. It's not all the way full. And then 4C. That can't be right. It must be 4A. There's a learn action here that I can heal off of. Right? I think there's a learn action here that I could heal off of. Yes, there is. So then I go here and I heal. As I learn, I do mark this. We're right at the cusp. And then I learn, increase my lore, and I have the rune that lets me heal when I learn. So I go back up to my 12. And then let's figure out what we learned. All around the district, you find shop windows and manicured gardens dotted with signs condemning practitioners of the forbidden arts and threatening any who sympathize with the rebels. A glimpse behind the pleasant veneer of the city's wealthy. They're dicks. Okay, now I'm going back to this place. I'm gonna fight this goon. We're trying this fight again. It's already set up. We're gonna try this fight again. But now, Ozen only has 2 HP. I just gotta put 2 points of damage into this nerd. They don't have the buckler. They don't have the eye. Oh, tactful eye, not tactical eye. Tactful eye. So I just gotta go put 2 points of damage in them. And when I do, I'm going to get all my health back, too. And this kind of, like, takes off some of the clock progress. Okay. This is feeling good. This is feeling good. I suffered in that last fight so that I could succeed and feel good in this fight. Alright, here we go. Let's do this thing. So, I'm not rolling for me. I'm rolling for them. Alright, yellow and blue. 5 and 1. And then Ozen. It's a 2. Ozen, I know, is just move 1, harm 2 with that, right? That's just the... yeah, moving closer. These... 5 is what? We got a little bit of blocking going on. Move 1, harm 1. So they'll move a little closer. I am now in range of them. And then 1 is move 1, harm 2. Okay. So they're here. I'm now in range of the archers, but I can now close the gap. Now I can close the gap. Assuming I roll decent. 6 and 5. Yes. 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 Okay, excellent. 6 and 5. Great. Great. Ooh, but I want my... I guess I don't need my Yor. Well... my Yor only helps me if I'm attacking somebody who's going to hit me back. They're all both ranged, so it doesn't really matter so much. Because if I can hit them, they can't hit me. So, getting my Yor activated doesn't really matter. So, instead of switching these... actually, I wouldn't be able to get the movement anyway. Never mind. Ignore me. Alright, cool. We got 2 movement. Lovely. 1, 2. We're going to be able to cleave them both. And I get to block one of these. Excellent. Just absolutely murdering these fucking archers. Alright, so I moved there. Ozen is too far away. This archer can't hit me. This one can. I guess I should have thought about which one I want to be next to. I guess I want to be next to the one that is doing more harm. Yeah. So I'll be here. So this one, which normally would do 2 harm, can't because I'm too close to it. This one does 1, but I'm blocking 1. Then I attack. I cleave. Do a shit ton of harm. Hit this one, cleave, kill both the archers. Murder them immediately. Ozen sitting there with a broken buckler. Black eye. I'm gonna murder this son of a bitch. Excellent. Excellent. Great first round. Ozen gets a 3. I think that's just continuously moving towards me. Fine. Come closer. 6 and 1. Not so great. Don't love the 1s. I don't like 1s around here, especially with a 6. Can't do anything with it. I mean, I'll just take this just to get the movement. It doesn't really matter. Neither of us are close enough to each other to do anything. So, it's kind of a null round. We're just getting closer to each other. Alright. Ozen gets a 4. I don't think I ever got the 4, which is the ice knife thing. Move 1, so they're going to get closer. Oh, this is a range 2, so they might step away from me then. Oh, they're at the range that they want to be at. Move 1, harm 2, which is great. They're going to throw a knife at me. I'm going to close the gap, and that knife is not going to be able to do anything because it's range 2. You nerd. 6 and 3. Rolled 6 on each roll this time, which really makes me feel good. 6 and 3. Cool. Let's put it out like that. 1. I'm gonna just do it like that. They can't hurt me because the range 2. I hit for 3. That's enough to kill Ozen. I didn't even need to regain any health from taking this because I just murdered them all so effectively. This game's easy. Can you believe how easy this game is? It's so easy. Excellent. Oh, fuck yes. That feels awesome. Alright, that fight marked. When Ozen is defeated, clear 3 segments of the realm clock. 1, 2, 3. Completing this fight does not progress the realm clock. Now, I can't do the other thing at this point, which is delving. But that's okay. I've cleared out the space for the delve in the future, so I should update my note here. I don't need to worry about that. 4B has a delve based on, and which NPC is it? Oleana. So I don't have Oleana at Affinity 1+, so I'm gonna just have to come back here. Cool. That was awesome. That feels like a good stopping point. Been playing for about an hour and a half. I think I'm gonna stop there. I'll keep playing tomorrow. And see how much further I can progress. So I'll try and play tomorrow and Tuesday. And then Wednesday I have coffee break. So if I haven't finished it by then, I'll have to finish it on Thursday. But I'll just keep playing this every night this week until it's done. I'm really digging this realm. It's such a cool setup that Aaron has for this. I love the districts. The fights only being the unique fights or when the patrol triggers is really fascinating. I like that a lot. You know, like I said at the beginning, Aaron just makes really cool tech for RUNE. So I'm very happy to be playing this realm. Very happy to have killed this Ozen person so that they're dead. And I've got one less Queen's right-hand person, or, you know, Queen's Council out there messing with me. So yeah, we're gonna wrap up there. Thanks so much everybody for watching. This is part 1 of City of the Red Crown by Aaron Jolliffe. I'm having a blast with it. If you're watching this later with like the video on YouTube or the VODs or anything, links to all of this stuff will be down below. I will see you later for part 2. Hopefully tomorrow night you will join me, and I'll catch you all later. Bye.